find your lack of faith disturbing.
Gotcha!
SmashMouth Footballerz.
Wait, we got a dream, next to the team, yeah, we can handle it. Wait, soon as I go and I step in arenas, they call
Introducing.
They know what it is, know what I do.
Nick Tate.
Who don't understand? Yeah, that's overdue. My trophy say that's overdue. My rings.
Joe Caldero.
Yeah, they know it's true. They couldn't walk a mile or even fit
Chad
into
Young.
my shoes. Still I got a lot to prove, but for all that we've been through, this overdue. This the anthem. Full of it, you know the team is strong. This your anthem. All my underdogs. Everybody get your hands up. Sometimes it's hard, but we made it through. We were struggling for a minute, so that winning overdue. Yeah. They know it's true.
Welcome to SmashMouth Footballerz. I'm Nick Tate.
Joe Caldero.
And I'm the Cadillac.
Hey, I just want to give a shout out here to all the fans that's been supporting our channel. We're currently at 730 subscribers. So look forward to a video that's going to announce those winners for 500, and I'm hopefully we'll be able to give away winners at 750 as well. We got a big giveaway we're doing right now. We're giving away this Devin White mini speed helmet signed and authenticated, as well as this Boba Fett Funko Pop. It's signed as well and authenticated. For every $5 that you spend in our merch store with one of our items, we're going to put your name in a hat, and we're going to give away both of these to 2 individual winners. Currently, I'm wearing one of these new hoodies that we have.
I got the full name version, the full front.
I got classic logo.
Classic
I'm
logo.
a classic man.
Our tumblers, I'm going to be honest with you, I really enjoy the tumblers. They're a great size, great fit. And I mean, well, I probably had it 2 months, and there's no wear and tear really on it.
Yeah, unlike a lot of shirts that I've bought in the past, this has been washed many times and hasn't shrank one
And
bit.
they don't shrink. That was one of the things when we actually me and Joe were looking into getting this done, is we wanted to have something that was comfortable and then it didn't shrink.
Yeah, perfect fits. Broussard, Louisiana. They took care of us.
That's right.
Tumblers as well, and great for tailgating.
Tailgating,
babe.
it's
Saturdays college, Sunday NFL. Great for tailgating.
It's football season, guys. Yeah.
Any fishermen out there, the one that Nick's got on is perfect for
Yeah,
fishing.
this isn't one that's going to keep you warm. The wind's going to blow through it, but it'll
keep the sun off.
It's the sun off of you, and it's very comfortable. Anyway, going into what we're going to talk about today. Let's start off with the Thursday night game.
Okay, so I'm a big Tua fan. I think Tua is good for the game of football. He was the leading touchdown in 2022, right? Quarterback, and leading yardage quarterback in 2023. The guy is a good quarterback. But more important than that is he's a good guy. He's one of the good guys in the league. Okay, the NFL is notorious for a lot of negative press. They don't talk as much about the good guys and the positives.
Yeah, you got a lot of divas that are always getting in trouble.
Yeah, so Tua, he has the Tua Foundation. He has a charity. He helps children with a lot of different things. He got $300,000 scholarship endowment to benefit his school that he went to in Hawaii for kids to go to college and stuff.
And I'm going to tell you what, that means a lot, because I actually was stationed in Hawaii when I was in the Marine Corps, and their education system is very subpar. And to see someone reach out and try to rebuild their community means a lot.
In Alabama, he raised $93,000 for the Tallapoosa County Girls Ranch to cover the funeral expenses of those 8 children that were killed.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy does a lot of great things. He's just not an attention getter. Because he's just a good guy. This is normal for him. He's not looking to get any recognition for it. So, as being a good quarterback and being a good person, he should get a lot more recognition than he does. I hope his career is not over with. I think it probably is.
Yeah, we're looking at concussion number 8.
Yeah. See, he's good for football. Football ain't good for him.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't want to write him off. I don't want to do anything like that.
I mean, I like watching the guy throw, and Miami needs him, but at the same time, his life is important to himself and his family.
He's going to do the right thing. I mean,
he's a good quarterback. When he took off on that run, man, it worried me. I was like, oh no, here we go.
Yeah, when he got hit, saw like his hands come up stiff, and I was like, oh god,
yep,
TBI, traumatic brain injury. Like you see it all the time. Like UFC, whenever they lock out, it's a clear sign that there is brain damage, and you saw that happen to him, and it's terrible.
It was good to see all the players immediately responded. They went to him from both sides. They were like, very worried about him because they know that he has that history.
Yeah, and the NFL's a fraternity. We saw last year, with 2 years ago, what Hamlin went on the field.
It just happens to be that he hit Hamlin in the chest with his head.
Yeah.
The two softest things in the NFL.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah. So,
as far as Hamlin, man, it was good to see him get back out there too.
Yeah. So, you were right about the projection. They won.
Yeah,
I was completely wrong.
I think that it would have been closer to what I was thinking if Tua wouldn't have got hurt.
You know what I was surprised by? I actually enjoyed watching Devin 2 Chainz there carry the whole offense, and
of course you did. You're playing me this league, and you have
no doubt.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
and I saw him
like that.
Because I thought,
and you have James Cook.
Yeah, I have Cooks too.
Yeah.
I had a great day.
So don't you hate it when you play in many leagues like we do? I have James Cook in the league, and I played James Cook in the league. I played against him in the league.
Yeah, I look. The guy I was playing with in another league had James Cook, and he was like, it was talking. We talk smack, obviously, and it just so happens that I don't care because whenever I drafted that draft, it was my last draft. I was so drunk. I just I forgot to pick some people. That's just a play league. It's just we don't have a lot of money in that league. It's just for bragging rights and all that. So I'll let Cookie, you can talk, bro. You can talk all that, bro.
I'm gonna tell you one is.
I'm glad you listened to my fantasy advice though.
Going back to my family league, my mom had James Cook, and she had him on the bench.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm. So she goes, "How do I move him into the roster?" I said, "You can't.
It's too late now.
It's too late now."
Yep.
But
you didn't tell me.
A good son would have seen that 2 days ago and told mom to move him in. But whatever.
He's trying to win the league though.
No, I'm not even trying to win that league. I'm not even trying.
Yeah, I'm not trying to win that one either. I don't care.
I want my family to have fun more than me to come in there and
by the fifth
dominate.
By the 5th pick in that draft, I was so gone. I gave my phone to somebody else. You picked for me.
But I do get a lot of questions. People call my family calls me all the time asking me questions. It's funny. So what can I do here? Well, you didn't tell me that. I know I can do this. How do I do this? I don't know. Blah 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 blah.
Text me.
Here, let's all sit down and have a class and do a tutorial.
So today we're going to do game by game analysis and give our insight on what we think will happen, who we think the important players are, who to pick up, who not to play. I think there's some players here that are going to be very important for the games, and I'd like to highlight those players. So
yeah, we're gonna have start sitter, boom or bust. We'll talk about it.
Y'all are gonna like my projections on game one.
What's the first game? Saints Cowboys.
Saints Cowboys.
The spread is Cowboys minus 6.5. We don't give gambling advice. You don't want my gambling advice, I promise you. I'm just going that out just to let you know.
Cowboys. Dak Prescott needs to step up from the last game.
Well, he's going to start. You're going to start Dak no matter what.
No, I'm just saying, from what he did last game versus this game, he's going to step his game up.
Cowboy wise,
Cowboys.
Dak, CD, no doubt.
Oh, without starting?
Yeah, we're got to start them.
And then look, if you don't have anybody, it looks like they're going to be using Brandon Cooks a lot. So if you have that last second, you need somebody to fit in there. He's going to get you some points. I can't tell you he's going to dominate, but he's definitely somebody. If you need points, he's out there.
The Saints are strong at corner.
He's definitely a good flex.
But Marshawn Lattimore's hurt, and you don't know if CD's going to get Lattimore or Alante. It's a home game for Dallas, so that matters. Like Dak plays a lot better at home,
right?
Yeah, that's given. Almost 50 to 75 yards better at home.
Zeke's going to have to do better.
I would not touch Dallas running back.
No,
I'm not touching Dallas. I don't care if it's Rico. I don't care if it's Zeke. I'm not touching him.
Now, what if Dalvin Cook comes in the mix?
I still don't.
I'm just saying, if they move him up to the main roster at some point.
No.
Yeah, I don't.
I think he's washed.
Dallas's left tackle is a rookie. Dallas's center, more importantly, is a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what you're going to see in this game is you're going to see a lot of exotic blitzes from the Saints. That's why you have to start CD. Who isn't going to start CD? Who isn't going to start Dak? Like the Saints, like I am wary of Olave because he didn't have a very good game last game, and he's probably going to get Diggs.
Shaheed will be the strong receiver this game.
I don't think Shaheed does anything.
His speed will get him at least targets in a PPR league.
He's such a boomer bust, and I think. Look, we saw what Dallas did against Cleveland, and I know Deshaun Watson's terrible, but Derek Carr I don't think is above and beyond that either. I think what you saw in Dallas was that you saw special teams and defense. I mean, you're going to see Taysom. This is my opinion. I think Taysom Hill and I think Kamara have huge games because Derek Carr has to get the ball out so fast because Micah Parsons will be on top of him.
Yeah.
Talisa Fuaga's hurt. He might not be playing. Trevor Penning, he's a hot pile of garbage.
He's a matador and just lets him in.
He just, I can't believe this. And you're gonna have Lawrence, you're gonna have Parsons. Like you're gonna have to be checking down, throwing screens if you're the Saints, getting the ball out of Derek Carr and fast. Otherwise, he's gonna end up like Tua.
Yeah. Jawan Johnson,
maybe Frost and Romo. I don't trust him.
I don't take a chance on a Saints receiver. Tight end, but Kamara is very important,
and I think he'll show up too.
If in your leagues Hill is listed as quarterback and tight end, I put him in the tight end.
I put him in tight end. Yeah, I will too in this game. I throw a flyer on Brandon Cooks this game.
Yeah,
I do.
I like that part.
Yeah,
I think Shaheed puts up big numbers. I think
he's gonna
Kamara
get
puts up
targets.
big numbers.
Just don't know.
I think Brandon Cooks is a great flyer. I think CeeDee Lamb sees more action than he did last week.
Yeah, because they're going to need him.
And the Dallas Cowboys win by more than 6 points.
I think the Saints win by 3.
Wow.
No, I think Dallas
24-21.
I think it'll be like I think it'll be 31-21 Dallas.
24-21 Saints.
I hope so. God, I hope so.
I think so.
Another thing that we're not talking about, Jake Ferguson's out for this game.
Yes.
So you're going to have to go pick up a tight end. We'll give you some Brock Bowers. We'll go into that game, but Brock Bowers probably be a pretty good tight end to pick up if you're.
Yeah, I also like the Rams as tight end. He's out there on waiver.
Parkinson. Yeah, Parkinson played great.
He played great last week. I think they're going to get him more involved in the game. And he's on a lot of space on the waivers. He's only like 60% rostered.
So a tight end I'll be focusing on is in our next game.
Okay. So going into the next game, Buccaneers and Lions.
This is going to be a shootout. Okay, this is my game of the week right here. If you have Jared Goff, play him no matter what. Jared Goff is going to get 2, maybe 3 touchdowns, 250 plus yards in this game, like he did in the playoffs last year.
Yep.
Against the same defense. It's going to be a shootout. A lot of balls are going to be thrown around. Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be a very important weapon. Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to make a resurgence in this game. He'll probably have 2 touchdowns. Maybe 1, maybe 2 touchdowns. The Buccaneers tight end, Cade Otton, to me is an important play on this because Detroit is going to have to cover Godwin and Mike Evans and Laporta, right?
Yep. I think Bucky Irvin gets more time.
I think Bucky Irvin gets more time. Like Rashad White's going to get it. That the Lions. So I like Montgomery and I like Jahmyr Gibbs because I saw what they did against the Rams. Like that offensive line was just pushing them back at the end of that game, 3 yards, 4 yards, and it was just a machine. And I think what you're going to see is you can see Tampa play dead back. They're not going to let Jameson Williams beat them beat. They're like, hey, we're going to take our battles. And I think you're going to see Amon-Ra St. Brown and Sam Laporta eat a lot of targets in the middle of the field. Definitely think this is going to be a bounce back game for Amon-Ra, the sun god. But I love Mike Evans. I love Mike Evans. I think he's my Valentine this week.
And here's another one. Baker Mayfield is starting to feel comfortable with his new team.
He looks great.
He looks really good. And if you need a quarterback, Tua went down. Baker Mayfield is on the waivers for a lot of people.
Yeah, he's out there.
I think I just said Laporta like I put him on on the Buccaneers. I didn't mean to say that. I'm just saying that Cade Otton is going to be important if they're trying to cover both those receivers.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, the Lions secondary, every year we hear it. Like every year we hear, oh, they're better. Oh, they're better. Oh, they're better. They're younger. They're going to get better, but they're not there yet. And we saw that. I mean, Cooper Kupp ate them up, last week. So if Cooper Kupp's going to eat, Mike Evans is going to eat. I expect Mike Evans to score. Rashad White, I think, is going to have a lot of PPR points. He can't run the ball. He's not very efficient running the ball.
That's why I think Bucky Irvin is going to start making marks.
And
I don't think he takes over this season, but I think he puts some shine out there.
I think Jared Goff is the quarterback of the week.
You don't. So we didn't draft. You didn't draft either one of these quarterbacks. Hopefully, you didn't.
Which one?
Baker Mayfield
or Jared Goff. You didn't draft either one of these quarterbacks. I
drafted Jared Goff in the 15th round.
Well, maybe as a backup. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I wouldn't touch any of them, but I think Laporta's going to be there. I think you can start Laporta. Obviously, you're going to start Laporta. Rashad White. He finished with 15 PPR. In a PPR, you got to start him. He's finished with 15 PPR points. Now, if you're just in a standard league or something like that, it's not going to be good.
I'm with Joe. I like both quarterbacks this game. I like Jared Goff a lot.
It's going to be a shootout if you're looking for points. Jared Goff doesn't throw a lot of interceptions, and Mayfield used to. He seemed to got a rein on that over the last half a season last year. And
I think Baker Mayfield may end up being a permanent fixed item for the Buccaneers long term.
I mean, he looks comfortable.
I think he's going to be in franchise.
Yeah, he looks comfortable. He's doing great. He's a great competitor, and I like watching him play.
Yeah. Jameson Williams was limited this week with an ankle injury, so it's something to keep in mind.
So who we think is going to win?
Oh, I think the Lions win. I think the Lions are going to, when it's all said and done, the Lions will. That offensive line will assert its dominance.
Too many weapons. There's the defense is going to have to cover four very vicious weapons. The Buccaneers defense.
And let's keep some brevity here. Like, they played the Redskins last week. I mean, Tampa played. I mean, look, I'm not saying. I just know that Detroit secondary is weak. Okay, it's young, good up and coming corners they got coming, and they're young. I get it, but they're not there yet. That's why I think Mike Evans is going to eat. But I think whenever it's all said and done, Detroit's going to beat them down, and they're going to. That offensive line's going to assert its dominance.
It's not going to come down to their defensive backs. So it's going to come down to their defensive line. Aiden Hutchinson is going to be the difference.
Give me a projection, Chad.
I'll give you. I'll go 27-21 Detroit.
Okay. Joe?
21-24 Detroit.
Okay. I like Detroit. 24-30.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So everybody thinks Detroit?
Yep. On to the next one. We got Colts versus the Packers.
Okay.
No Jordan Love.
No Jordan Love. So immediately
sit all your receivers for Green Bay.
Yes.
Maybe not. I mean, Josh Jacobs is going to eat in this game.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Like that's my hey, who do I want in this? Who do I pick this week to eat? Josh Jacobs.
30 to 35 carries.
I think we start seeing some Marshawn Lloyd in this game.
Yeah, you may. He was hurt. He was banged up week 1.
I think we see a little bit of him.
He was banged up week 1, so I don't know. I think
if you have Richardson, this is your week.
Yeah, Anthony Richardson. Oh, definitely. And
I think he ends up being the best quarterback this week as far as fantasy points.
Yeah, the Green Bay's going to throw the ball 15 to 17 times. They're going to run the ball, and it's going to be 30 to 35 carries for Jacobs.
Let's once again Anthony Richardson's going to score a lot of points, but that's because he runs the ball, and Green Bay does not stop rushing quarterbacks. Now, last week, Jalen Hurts threw 2 interceptions, but Jalen Hurts does not run out of the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Anthony Richardson, you draft him, you're going to start him, right? This is going to be a good game for him rushing the ball. Michael Pittman, I think, has a big game. I do. As in a PPR, he's not going to go get deep. Alec Pierce did with that 60-yard most beautiful pass last week. I don't put any brevity in Alec Pierce this week. I don't think he's going to be. I don't have any
An
stock
alpha.
anyway.
You don't think he's an alpha? This week?
No.
Gotcha.
No. So I start at some point worrying about the quarterback for Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
Because he was hurt. He gets hurt a lot. He'd been hurt and everything. And the dude runs a lot. I have him and I have Jared Goff in the same league.
Okay.
I'm starting Jared Goff over Anthony Richardson.
Okay. I would
Security.
Yeah, I would in this game. I know what Green Bay gave up. As a matter of fact, I'm a little sus on Green Bay's running defense. Not only that, but look what Saquon did.
Yes,
So,
all over.
and this is Jonathan Taylor. I think Jonathan Taylor's a better back than Saquon.
Yep.
So, with Anthony Richardson running the ball, and you got Jonathan Taylor in the same backfield, I think the Colts eat this game. I think the Colts are just going to eat.
So
Green Bay ain't got a quarterback.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think on the Green Bay side, I start Jared Reed at running back, and that's it. And I think you got other options.
Give me a projection, game wise.
Oh, I think this is going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be 38-14, somewhere around there, Indy.
Okay,
I think
Joe.
28-10, Indy.
I like it. I think Joe's right on the money.
So, Anthony Richardson, if he can throw the deep ball, but it's those inside routes that he can't do, and that's why I worry about Pittman so much.
He has a consistency issue.
Yeah.
So his value is on his feet.
Yeah. So I worry about the injury part of it. I've never really drafted him. I never really studied him before. I drafted him this year because I want to see what he can do. I'm kind of interested in what he can do, but I still worry about running quarterbacks getting hurt.
they just every rushing quarterback in Green Bay this year just eats. And listen, as our projections go, and it looks like Malik Willis is getting the start, the spread's only 3.5.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So I would
if I was a gambling man, that's my game.
I'll put money on it. I am. I'm going to parlay it with something else, but I don't trust Christian Watson or Romeo Dobbs or any of them. And Jalen Reed was...
None of these things that he's saying is financial advice.
Yeah, none of it's financial. It's just for fun. But
yeah,
this is for entertainment purposes only.
If we were.
Yeah, if I were. Yeah, I am. Jaden Reed is questionable.
Yeah.
But I think he's playing.
All right, let's go on to the next one. Jets-Titans.
Okay.
I think the Jets give themselves a little bounce back this week.
This is going to be a get-right game.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers should be able to throw to both sides of the field this time.
Yeah. I don't know if he wasn't comfortable. I don't know what was going on with that. But I think Garrett Wilson bounces back. Breece Hall, you're going to start both of them, obviously. The Titans' defense, though, surprisingly played pretty good. Mm-hmm. It was against, I don't know if it was a more testament of how bad Caleb Williams ain't ready yet, or was it the Titans' defense? And, they got ballers over there. You just don't know which one it was. So,
I think how bad Caleb Williams was made the Titans look excellent.
It may have been.
I think I'm with Joe. I think Caleb Williams needs some more time in the pocket, some time in the game. He needs some seasoning to get that experience in before he starts to get out there and become that elite quarterback they're wanting. He just can't do it right out the gate.
The Titans running backs, I don't play. If I have better options, I don't play them at all.
So
in this game,
I'm kind of the opposite. If you went a no running back strategy, then you probably have Tony Pollard on you're probably starting him, and I love that.
He's probably all you got if you went zero quarter.
I saw what Jordan Mason did to him, and if I saw what Jordan Mason did, I'm gonna do what worked until it doesn't work anymore. And I saw what Jordan Mason did against the Jets, and I know the Jets are supposed to be this great defense, and look, I still picked them to win the Super Bowl. I just think it's going to take them a little bit to get comfortable in it. But if Jordan Mason carved them up like that, then I believe in Tony Pollard.
So who's your obvious plays for this game?
Breece
Hall,
Allen Lazard.
I think Garrett Wilson. Yeah.
I say Garrett Wilson's your wide receiver 1. I think Allen Lazard becomes a 2 this week.
Do you play anybody? So Chad, you would play Pollard.
I don't play Pollard.
But anybody else from?
I don't play any Titans.
I don't play any wide receivers from the Titans. Sauce Gardner. You got Sauce over there probably on DeAndre, and you got. The Jets secondary is amazing. It's probably the third best secondary in the league. I don't like Will Levis's decision making last week was
terrible.
Just out of control. You had the game won. Just don't turn the ball over. What did he do? He just was giving it away.
Yep.
And until you show me that you can't do that, I'm not playing none of them guys.
I want so badly to play Calvin Ridley, but I just can't.
No.
Yeah.
Everybody goes into this game fairly healthy, though. I think it's a get-right game for
the Jets.
Yeah, for the Jets.
I think the Jets come out ahead.
So
right now the line's showing 3.5. I think the Jets win by at least 7 to 10.
Yeah, I think they win by 7. I think they're a touchdown.
Yeah.
So
the only chance I think the Titans have, if the Titans are able to spark a running game like San Francisco did, then we need to start talking about the Jets' running defense. But I think they're going to run the ball. I think Pollard's going to run the ball. I think Tyjae Spears is going to run the ball. I think that's going to be the game plan.
Here's the thing from last week. Last week, the 49ers had too many options. Mm-hmm. The Titans do not.
No.
No.
But if
so you're talking about Jordan
Jets
Mason.
lose this game,
Yeah.
Salah's job is in.
Robert Saleh's got to be worried. Yeah.
So
and Woody Johnson is not going to have patience.
The 49ers last week, Jordan, Mason was really good. But the problem is they're looking at Debo. They're looking at Ayuk.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking Kittle. They're looking, Jennings. they're everybody. They have so many weapons.
Better offensive line.
Yeah, everything is there for them. This week it's not. The Titans just have Pollard, and like you said, two decent wide receivers. I think that was the biggest issue. I think the Jets take it, like I said, between 7 and 10 points.
Yeah, 21-10. Pollard gets a lucky fall.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a big game. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think the Jets stay somewhere between 21 and 24 points. I think the Titans maybe get to 10 to 14 points.
I just hope. I can't. You know why I'm interested in this game? I'm interested in this game for one thing. I want to see the Titans defense. I want to see.
See what they got.
I want to see what the Titans. I want to see.
This is going to be a test.
Yeah, this is a test. I want it. They did Chicago. Chicago had 3 great. I know they're rookie, good running back, 3 great wide receivers. You showed me something when you shut them down. If you do it to the Jets, then you got something to lean on.
I was targeting Garrett Wilson in a lot of leagues for a reason. I think he is super, super talented. If you watch the guy, he has talent that only maybe 5 receivers have in the league.
At Ohio State, he was the best on that team with Chris Olave and Marvin Harrison Jr. and Jackson Smith and Jigba. He was the best wide receiver on that team at Ohio State, and that's why I've always liked the kid. And now he's got a quarterback. A-Rod, get right. Get this guy the ball.
All right, let's go to the next one. 49ers and Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I think you're going to see a huge week for Debo.
Yes.
Once again, you got McCaffrey out with now it's 2 injuries. It's the tinnitus to the Achilles and now a calf, and you don't know if they're.
This is the tragedy of having the number 1 pick.
Yeah,
I had the number 1 pick, and I had my finger on Breece Hall, and I was like, I got Breece Hall in a different league. Let me get CMC, and I wish I didn't do it.
Yeah,
you want to try?
Yes.
Okay.
You got Breece Hall?
I do.
Let's do it.
Yeah. The spread 6.5. I like that. I like 49ers to win by that much.
So this game here to me is going to be the second best quarterback play of the week. Brock Purdy is going to show his talents on this one here.
I think Brock Purdy comes into his own. I think Ayuk gets a touchdown.
I think Ayuk does. I think Debo gets 1, maybe 2.
Yeah. I think Mason gets 1 or 2. I know he gets 1. I think he gets 2.
The Viking defense is not good enough to stop everybody. They're going to have to hone in on somebody.
Well, I think the only person that you need to worry about on the Vikings is Jefferson. That's the guy you want.
The Vikings gave up the 4th most fantasy points to wide receiver. That's why I like Ayuk. That's why I like Debo. Mm-hmm. And obviously you're going to start Mason. Why not? You know,
Right,
you're
right.
starting him. You're starting Debo. I play Ayuk.
Do you start Kittle?
You know who Mason reminds
Yeah, I
me
think
of?
you have to. Where Kittle was drafted, you have
He
to.
reminds me of Pacheco if Pacheco was better.
You're talking about Jordan Mason?
Yeah.
You think he's better than Pacheco?
Pacheco?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Man, Lord, no.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I think
Pacheco
so.
is going to be, I think Isaiah Pacheco is going to show all his worth this week.
I'm saying, like, I'm talking about, like, as a running back, I think Mason's better than Pacheco.
There's a reason why he was an undrafted free agent. It hasn't shown yet, but then again, the 49ers are so strong. Anybody can go to the 49ers and excel.
Yeah, it's a system. It's a system. I mean, that's a system right there. And look, and everybody who leaves that with that system, somehow, some way, like Gary Kubiak won a Super Bowl with this system.
Right.
You know, so like it's a system. It works.
Don't think that I wasn't smiling when I put Jordan Mason in and took Jerome Ford out
Oh, yeah. Well,
in my league.
I do like Aaron Jones as a RB2 this week. I mean,
I like him as a flex.
Okay. Well, you're playing him,
He'd
right?
be my flex.
Oh,
I don't have him at all, but I'm saying if I had him, I would say
I would
flex.
find a way to play him.
Especially in a PPR. Especially in a PPR. I know it's a harder matchup than he had last, but he had a great game last week. And
What about? I mean, we don't do like individual defensive players, but what about this Fred Warner, man? This dude is
he's always been amazing.
he's something.
He's the best linebacker in football.
So, what's our projections? Who wins and how about
49ers by man, it says 5.5. I think they can win by 13 points.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like a 27-14.
This is going to be a slaughter.
I don't know if it's that far. I know Jordan Addison is out. And
I
that
like
hurts.
the 14 mark. I think it's 28-14.
Don't forget who the quarterback is of the Vikings.
Sam Darnold.
Darnold.
And I just told you the guy's name who's going to scare the crap out of that guy. And he's going to.
No, without a doubt. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a
I'm
different.
with you. I think Justin Jefferson gets 1 or 2 touchdowns. I think that's it. And I think the score's 14-28 and 49ers win.
I think that the 49ers defense has a touchdown from an interception.
Yep.
Nick Bosa and Fred Warner are going to make that dude make a mistake.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right.
Even Kevin Connell.
Let's go to the next one. Seahawks and Patriots. This is a terrible game.
Yeah. Oh man. Do you? First
I
of
don't
all,
know who you take.
Kenneth Walker is out, and that would have been about the only person I start in this game.
Yeah, if you have weak running backs, if you did 0 running back and you have Charbonnet, you got to play him.
Yeah.
You know what? I did think about something. Ramondre Stevenson. If he plays like he did last week,
You got to see.
you got to take him.
You got to see what you got, so you got to play him.
You got to play him.
Yeah, you got to play him. I don't
play any of these quarterbacks.
I don't play any of these quarterbacks.
I don't like any of the tight ends. If you got DK Metcalf,
No, I do play DK.
Yeah, I play DK.
I play DK.
you know,
I do play DK. I think DK is going to get over 12 to 15. I do think that because there ain't nothing else going on.
Yeah, what else you got?
That's it.
Yeah, that's all you got.
I want to say JSN, but I don't think so.
No, not in this game.
The Patriots still have a pretty decent defense, so it's gonna. It says by 3.5. Seahawks by 3.5. I think the Patriots could win this game, man.
I think there's a good chance of that.
I think Ramondre Stevenson will be the reason why, man. I can't believe I just said that.
I know.
And that defense, I want to see. That's another defense I want to look at because New England just completely shut out Cincinnati.
Right.
Yeah.
And they ran the ball in Cincinnati,
Well,
and
They used to have a good defense until last year, or actually the last 2 years, and then maybe they're getting back to what they were good at.
well, they got that defensive coach.
Yeah.
Who was underneath Bill Belichick, played linebacker in Belichick. So maybe that's it. Yeah, I start DK because you kind of have to, right?
Yeah. If you draft the draft capital for him, you have to.
You have to start him, and then
So our guys are DK Metcalf, Ramondre Stevenson.
nobody else.
And nobody
And
else.
I'm shy.
All right, so who wins?
Well, Charbonnet, if you have to. If you
Charbonnet.
went 0 RB, you have to play Charbonnet.
Yeah, God
Man,
bless your
last time
soul.
he got the starting job
Terrible.
last year, he did not do nothing.
Yeah.
Right. So, Patriots by 3. 14-17.
I think that my take on let me just say this. My take on Seattle is like is good defense, good running back, 3 amazing wide receivers in Seattle,
Terrible quarterback.
just like you have in Chicago. Geno is just like, oh my
He was
God.
a backup for so long for a reason.
Yeah, and then you're trusting him with this, and like it's only a matter of time. Like next year, we're gonna get a quarterback because these wideouts are way too good to have this dude throwing it.
You still got Tyler Lockett out there showing off.
Yeah.
He did last game. I think he gets shut down.
Yeah,
this game.
he's a spot player.
Yeah.
So, who do you think?
This is my pick. I think Seattle by 3.
I'm with Joe. I like taking the points. I like Patriots by 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ramondre Stevenson is a star.
I can't believe you said that. All right, next game: New York Giants versus the Washington Commanders. And I think the Commanders actually have their opportunity.
So this is my 3rd best quarterback play of the week. That's the only 3
You think Jaden Daniels
I think
comes
Jaden
out?
Daniels runs all over the Giants. Jaden Daniels will have 2 rushing touchdowns in this game.
And then he high-fives Malik Neighbors.
Yeah. Shakes his hand.
So the Commanders are a 1.5 point favorite. I don't even come and touch this game. I don't like Daniel Jones. I don't like. I want to like him. Like I saw the guy take over. That I still hang on that playoff game where he looked like Michael Vick out there.
You keep talking like you're wanting to eat mud pie. You just, I don't really like it. I want to like it.
I want to like it.
I want to like it.
I want to like it.
You know,
because I've seen him take over, but he's just not good.
he's not. They're going to have to do something. I think next year they got a new quarterback.
But just in a target PPR for the target share he's going to get, Malik Neighbors is a play on this one.
I
He's
agree.
definitely a play on this one. So is Wandale. I mean, look what Baker Mayfield did to Washington last week.
Devin Singletary, don't even waste your time.
No.
For the Commanders, McLaurin should be a viable play. I don't know if he's going to get a ton of points for you.
I think he gets a lot of downfield action.
I think Brian Robinson Jr.'s. So the week one, this is the top 3 receivers for Washington. Brian Robinson Jr., Austin Eckler, Zach Ertz.
Yep.
You're going to see that again.
And
You're
none
going to
of
see
them
a
are
quarterback.
real receivers.
Huh?
And none of them are real receivers.
None of them are a receiver.
You know,
But of the rookie quarterbacks,
Jaden Daniels.
Jaden
shows
Daniels has the best talent to
off.
me.
He's the most accurate.
So
He has an 85% completion rate coming out of college.
He ran the ball and he scored for 2 touchdowns, so I'd start him.
Yep.
I mean, I'm starting him against this.
I think Jaden Daniels is going to be a star. I'm with you. Malik Neighbors is a definite start. Your running backs for Washington you cannot.
Brian
not
Robinson
play
Jr.,
him.
you have to play him.
You have to play Brian Robertson Jr. You have to play Malik Neighbors this game. If there's a game you play Malik Neighbors,
This
it's
is
this
it.
one because Baker Mayfield carved him up.
Mm-hmm.
So if Baker Mayfield carved him up, I expect Wandale. I might put Wandale Robinson in a flex. He had 12 targets last
Mm-hmm.
week. If he gets 8 targets against this Washington secondary,
8 targets and 6 catches. That's
yeah, I play Wandale. I may pick up Wandale Robinson as a flex.
So what do we think on the win and loss? Who's going? What's our score?
Commanders by 7.
Yeah.
And it's going to be so low. It's going to be 7-14.
Okay.
See, I don't think so. I think both defenses are so bad that we may see like Brian Burns is the saving grace. Like those edge rushers for the Giants.
Brian Burns has a lot of ground to cover.
Brian Burns and what's his name? On the other side, get him some help. The Giants have 2 great pass rushers. A promising secondary is coming up, but it's promising. It ain't there yet. And Washington, if you let Baker carve you up, I think it's going to be high scoring. I think a lot of points. I think it's going to be 34-31.
So you think the defenses just cannot stop anybody?
I don't think the defense is going to stop anybody. I think both quarterbacks have a chance to just rush all over them.
Daniels is going to have to.
Yeah, and Daniel Jones can run.
Daniel Jones, yep.
There you go.
All right. Chargers, Panthers.
Oh my word!
Man, let me tell you, I take J.K. Dobbins all day.
All day.
Justin Herbert is going to score.
Yep.
And, yeah.
I think Lad McConkey even has some
that's his
value in this
opportunity.
game. I don't like anything for the.
Well, the Chargers are
For the
projected
Panthers.
by 5.
Yeah.
So I think that's not even close. I think Chargers win by a lot.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
my belief is J.K. will have all the yardage, and Gus will be
Goal
the
line.
touchdown vulture.
Gotcha.
So I think Gus will have 2 touchdowns, but JK will have 100 yards, maybe a touchdown.
You may see him. Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind. They both could eat.
Yeah,
They both could eat because I mean it's a Greg Roman offense. We know what it is.
A running offense.
That's all they do. They run. They're gonna run.
I don't like anybody on the Panthers.
I don't like anybody on the Panthers. I don't like anything the Panthers are doing right now.
And it's only because of the quarterback. They got some talent. I mean, Deontay Johnson, Leggett, you know.
Yeah,
But
especially like we saw it last week. If the Chargers jump out ahead, big like the Saints did, you saw. I mean, all the Saints running backs had.
yeah,
I mean, they all like Kamara scored.
Williams.
He scored. They both had yardage, and if the same thing happens this game, that's all you need. Yeah, I think Lad McConkey may be a fantasy play in PPR because of the targets that he's going to get. But other than that, like you're going to start the 2 running backs, and if you don't look anywhere else, we don't blame you.
Yeah, so Justin Herbert is a great quarterback. He doesn't have
Anybody throw to him.
real weapons right now. But I think this game, even the average weapons are going to look great.
Yep.
Yeah.
McConkey,
that's
Palmer. I know you're not a believer in Josh Palmer. I think he could show out in this game.
He only had 2 catches last week, 15 yards, and Lad McConkey led. And,
It's just because it's the Panthers.
yeah.
I agree with that.
They'll have the number 1 pick in the draft next year.
Yeah. Again. Yeah.
All right, so let's go back. Who's going to win and by how much?
This is going to be a blowout, I think.
Chargers by 14.
Yeah, Chargers by 17, 24,
wow.
Something like that.
I think 14 is closer.
It's going to be.
I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. The Chargers are going to get so far ahead, they're going to start playing their backups.
Just prevent it, just like the Saints did.
I'm going to turn the channel because I'm going to feel so bad for the Panthers.
Yeah.
I'm just watching highlights on YouTube.
Yeah.
So, all right, next game, Browns-Jaguars.
Okay, well.
This is an important one.
This is going to be.
I hate to say this, but the Jaguars are going to win.
If you have Trevor Lawrence, you play him in this game. Even though Cleveland has a great defense, Cleveland is going to be their offense is not going to stay on the field. So Jacksonville will be on the field. Their offense will be on the field a lot.
So, I mean, and this goes back to some things I've said before, right? You can have the greatest defense in the world. If your offense can't keep the defense off the field, eventually they wear out. And second half, a good offense dominates.
Yeah, I agree with Chad. I think the Browns could possibly have the best defense in the league.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you're on the field all the time, you're going to get worn down.
Yeah. By quarter 3 and 4, Jacksonville just starts walking all over them.
I wish. Yeah, I want so bad for Deshaun Watson to be what he was, and he's not. And he's never going to be ever again. And it's really bad because you got Cortland Sutton, who one time, not Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, who one time was supposed to be the truth. I mean, when he come out of Alabama, it was nothing but big things. And then you have Amari Cooper, who just was great last year.
Oh, yeah.
Was great last year with Joe Flacco and whoever else was throwing him the ball. Mm-hmm. And now they can't even connect on a quick slant because Deshaun Watson's throwing it at his feet.
Yep.
And it's bad. I like Jerome Ford in this game. I think you're going to start him. Jerome Ford put up pretty good numbers last week for that. Just other running backs were better. But
there was reports that they had Jameis on the trade block.
Yeah,
but I think Jameis is going to be be
They said that. Remember, as the thing, they said they almost kept 4 quarterbacks, and then they said they dropped. I can't remember, and he got picked up, and they said, "Oh, we got 3 good quarterbacks," and it don't look like you have 0 good quarterbacks, Cleveland, right now.
Mm-hmm. So Brian Thomas Jr. is important on this one. I think Christian Kirk will show himself a little bit, but Travis Etienne to me is a must play.
So this is where I'm worried. Okay, like we talked about Jerome Ford. Jerome Ford was RB10. He was RB10 last week. Great numbers. I like you said start Trevor Lawrence. I think Tank Bigsby eats into Etienne. Cleveland allowed over 100 yards rushing. It was very much. It was 100.3. So it was right at 100 yards. Okay, and Jacksonville is going to want to give ETN the ball, but the way Tank Bigsby came in and the way they praised Tank Bigsby all throughout the preseason is you're going to see Tank Bigsby eat that. Now you're going to start ETN, you have to with the value and everything, but I think Tank Bigsby is someone everybody needs to go pick up.
Oh yeah, if you haven't already done so, you probably missed the boat.
Yeah, you missed the boat on that one. And
Bigsby, remember they wanted to do it last year. They wanted to get him more ball last year.
They wanted to split.
He kept himself out of the split.
Yeah,
and I think a resurgence or something in him. He's doing good. ETN is a different kind of animal. He's a lot more valuable as a pass catcher.
Yep.
So I think it's an ETN game. He's going to separate himself.
And so I drafted Christian Kirk. I loved Christian Kirk for what he did last year statistically, but if you looked at the target share and the way they used Christian Kirk last game, it was first one wide receiver sets, or 21 personnel, or 12 personnel. They had Evan Ingram out there as tight end, they had another tight end. So you had the number one wide receiver was Gabe Davis.
Right.
He had the more percentage for plays. Number two, whenever they had two wide receiver sets out there, it was Brian Thomas Jr., and he caught the touchdown. And then, only then, at three wide receiver sets, did you see Christian Kirk on the field. So Christian Kirk is hardly on the field at all. He's not the number one. He's not the number two. Right now, Jacksonville, at least in that game one, used him as a third wide receiver. And if you're not on the field, you're not going to get targets.
To me, the touchdown getter for Jacksonville, because ATN will have the yardage. He might get a touchdown. The touchdown threat for the Jaguars is Evan Ingram in this game.
Yeah, Evan Ingram. Also, David Njoku's out. So if you need a tight end, you're going to be looking because he has been ruled out.
So where are we going for wins? Jaguars by
7. You know, it's going to be a high-scoring game, though. It's going to be, 28 to 30, whatever.
I don't think it's going to be that close. I think it's on a low end. I think
taking into account
Jacksonville 24, Browns 10 or 14.
So I'm actually going to switch it up. I think the Browns defense keeps them in it, and I think Jerome Ford runs the ball, and I think it's going to be the Browns 27, Jacksonville 21.
Ooh, okay.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Big believer in their defense, though. I do like their defense.
I like Jacksonville's defense. I like Cleveland's defense.
Okay, going on to the next one: Raiders and the Ravens.
Okay, this is a blowout.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I'd hate to say this, but Chad's favorite player in the world.
He's so good, man. God, Lamar Jackson, so good.
He's good. Like you have the shit.
Even last week, God,
it's like you ate Mexican food and you can't hold it in. That's how good he is.
He's so good. He's the best player in the NFL by far.
The only Raider to play,
whatever.
The only Raider player is Devontae
Adams. I don't even play Zamir White. No, I don't play him. I'm scared.
In a PPR league, Adams is going to get a bunch of points for you.
So Isaiah likely looks good this game.
So does I like Mark Andrews too. I like Mark Andrews.
Let's cross our fingers. They give him some time. Let's go.
He did lead. Like Isaiah Likely got all the statistics right, but Mark Andrews
led all the field time
and targets.
Yeah.
So you could literally play anybody from the Ravens here. You could play Hill.
So Flowers is going to be good.
Flowers is going to be my player of the game.
Yeah, I think Zay Flowers. They're going to get him involved.
Of course, we got Henry.
Yeah, he's going to score a touchdown. Yeah, he's going to score a touchdown. I mean, he's going to score.
I'm with y'all. I think the Ravens win. I think it's not even close. I think that Lamar Jackson takes a seat somewhere in the middle of the game.
And he'll probably score. It'll be in the end zone.
Yeah, he's not going to have to run. He's not going to have to put himself in jeopardy.
What I'm saying is they get so far ahead that Lamar Jackson sits on the bench.
Yeah. Devontae Adams is a good play. Maybe Brock Bowers. Because I like what the rookie did week one. Except for that, I don't touch anything else in Oakland right now. I mean, Las Vegas. I still call them Oakland.
Okay,
I apologize.
So what's our consensus? Ravens by
35-10.
I think it'll be I think they'll get up and they'll just start running the ball with Derrick Henry and Justice Hill. It'll be 27-13.
Okay. All right. Going on to the next one, Rams and Cardinals.
This is going to be
Cooper Kupp.
I think Cooper Kupp's going to have a big game.
Big time.
The spread's only minus 1.5.
I know. Let me get them Rams.
So
Let me get them Rams all day.
You guys are not going to agree with me. A lot of people out there are not going to agree with me. But you do whatever you got to do right now to trade for Cooper Kupp. I will give you Tyreek Hill for Cooper Kupp.
I have Kupp in 3 leagues.
You do whatever you have to do to get Cooper Kupp right now. He's going to be a league winner this year.
22 targets last week. 22 targets.
3 leagues.
Yep.
Out of 4 that I play.
You can literally send me the trade request, and I will give you whatever for Cooper Kupp.
McCaffrey.
Okay. I don't trust. So in this game, I don't trust.
I think that's the only league I don't have Kupp in is the one you got McCaffrey in.
Do you start Matthew Stafford?
You can, yeah. If you need a quarterback, I think Matt Stafford's
only
the way
because
to go.
the Cardinals' defense is terrible.
I'm gonna tell you this: like watching the social media stuff for last week for the Cardinals, Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kyler Murray, they ain't connected.
No.
Like they mad at each other, blaming each other for stuff.
So in this game, we talked about the waiver wire already. The DeMarcus Robinson, he is a play in this game. Cooper Kupp is absolutely a play. Kyron Williams, absolutely. Just about every Ram. You can Parkinson.
I think playing Connor for the
Cardinals.
He's about the only thing. He's about it for me.
Oh, I'll play Kyler. Kyler does better than I think Matthew Stafford. Every time he plays him, he gets 20 points. Kyler Murray
I
does.
think it's going to be a high scoring game. I think the Rams win easily by 7, if not 3. But the line is 1 for Cardinals giving it up.
So what I think is going to be fun. This is what I want to watch in this game. So like at the end of that Detroit game, that Detroit offensive line was pushing.
Man, they are so strong.
They were pushing that defense, the defensive line of the Rams, 4 yards. David Montgomery had 4 yards before he got, and I was just like, oh my God, this is just fun to watch. Like just exerting dominance. And you got James Conner on this side, and Kyler Murray's going to run the ball. And if you can get any kind of push like
Detroit probably has the best offensive line in the league.
I agree.
Cardinals do not. But I think Conner is going to be a beast.
And Aaron Donald's not there anymore. And when you don't have Aaron Donald and you get pushed like that, I want to see if it's going to be a trend. So, like, hey, like Cincinnati, like whoever's running the ball against Cincinnati, I'm playing them until they show me they stopped. Like the same thing. Like, hey, they ran the ball on the Rams, and they're going to try to do it again. Because if you can play defense and you can run the ball, you got a chance to win the NFL. And I think James Conner's going to go off. Marvin Harrison Jr., you see like 1 catch for 4 yards.
Mm-hmm.
That was my boy. Nope. And he doesn't trust him. Kyler does not trust him.
No.
He had 31 targets, I think.
You trust Dortch, though.
Yeah, you like Dortch. So
Trey McBride is a play in this.
I think you play Trey McBride. You have to.
In the league that I have Kyler Murray, I also have Jaden Daniels. I'm playing Jaden Daniels over Kyler Murray, just because of the matchup.
Yeah.
I like Kyler Murray. I think he's going to have one of his best seasons that he's ever had. Connor, for me, is the must play for the Cardinals in this one.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right. So what's our consensus on winners?
Oh man, Rams by 3. It's going to be pretty close.
I think it's going to be a close game too, and I think that I want to bet that the Cardinals are able to run the ball, and I'm going to pick the Cardinals by 3.
And it's going to be a high scoring game. It's probably going to be
28 to
20.
Yeah, that's what I'm like 30-28, 30-27. Yep.
So I'm with Joe. Rams by 3.
Yep.
So next game, Steelers Broncos. This is
George Pickens. You play him unless he's. I don't actually say that. I don't know because he's going against one of the best corners in the league.
What about Najee?
No, man, I never play. I never draft Najee Harris, and I never play him.
He had 20. He had some carries. He only rushed for 70 yards. You have 20 carries and you only rush for 70 yards. That's not good.
Warren should be getting the job.
Kenneth Walker III ran over 100 yards on the Broncos, but Kenneth Walker III is a different beast than Najee Harris.
So in this game, for the Steelers, the only place for me, crazy enough, coming from me, is their defense. Okay. Steelers defense in this game. And if you had Tua or Jordan Love, you could probably safely play Fields in this game.
I got you.
Yeah, the only thing I like in this game is maybe if you're going to throw a dart.
Javonte Williams, he has to show something. He better do something.
Freiermuth.
Okay, yeah.
Freiermuth, because
Fields is a dump off specialist.
And last year, it's supposed to be Wilson.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And Freiermuth. So last year, the if you had a tight end, you played him against the Broncos because the Broncos were giving them like 100 yards to tight ends last year. So I'm going Freiermuth off that statistic alone. I like Freiermuth, especially in this offense. Like Arthur Smith, boring, dominant offense, and against this team, I think it's going to game plan. I think they're the game plan to Freiermuth. I want to play George Pickens, but number one-on-one, he's going to be probably against the second best cornerback in the league. So I don't even touch him.
I'll tell you this though, I think Justin Fields takes over by the second half because I think the Broncos know Russell Wilson so well that they know where to push them buttons.
If Russell Wilson's coming back, it's because he's afraid of his job.
That's it. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
I mean,
the Broncos way, Javonte Williams better show something, so I would play him if I was desperate. I'd play Cortland Sutton if I was desperate, just because the targets are going to be there.
At 12 targets, and he always scores a touchdown. They're like in the end zone. You know who they're looking at. In the end zone, who's the first person they go to? Cortland Sutton.
But if you're drafting players from both of these teams, you high in your draft, you made a dire mistake.
They got to be the last pick on your team.
Yep.
All right, so winners and losers. Who are we looking at?
Steelers 23-20.
With Russ playing, I'm going the other way. Broncos by 3.
I'm with you. Broncos by 3, and I think it's a 10-14
Yeah,
game.
very low.
So there's just an update. Russell Wilson is questionable now.
Okay.
So he was supposed to get the.
I still think it's going to be a low-scoring game.
No, if Fields plays, I go the other way. I go Steelers by 10 because he'll get a rushing touchdown.
I don't start any quarterback in this game,
No,
regardless.
I try not to start anybody.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking this is Bo Nix's opportunity.
Man, he looks so bad.
He looked so good before. That's the thing is he got to get his footing. He's a rookie.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm pretty sure that Peyton got in his ass.
I hope you're right.
So, all right, next one, Bengals Chiefs.
Oh my God, this is the game where like, until you show me you can do it, I don't believe in you. And I saw the Bengals get pushed around by New England and Ramondre Stevenson. And if that happens, then I tell you what, I got all the faith in the world in Isaiah Pacheco this game.
I love
Pacheco this game.
He'll be a top 3 running back for the week.
He better be. Like the way Cincinnati just got pushed off the ball, and this is.
Can you imagine? Okay, so you're the Bengals defensive coordinator, right? You have to cover the fastest dude in the league.
Yep.
You have to cover.
Ain't nobody covering Xavier Worthy.
You have to cover Rice, right?
Yep.
You got to cover the tight end.
Yep.
Isaiah Pacheco is going to have running room.
Yep.
80% of the snaps he played last week too.
Man, that dude, and he never comes off the field.
Nope.
So to me, that dude's going to be 100+ yards and possibly 2 touchdowns in this game.
He's just going to go off.
The Bengals are horrible on defense.
Yeah. Chiefs. I think Chiefs dominate, man. They got the Chiefs -6. I think that's way worse than that.
Man,
I do think that Joe Burrow gets out there and fights a little bit. Is T. Higgins playing? I don't know. Oh, shoot.
He's ain't
It doesn't
practicing.
matter. It
He's not
doesn't
hamstring.
matter,
I do
though.
think.
Well, I mean, he needs options. So here's the thing: I think Joey B fights a little bit.
You think Gasecki's going to be a
No,
thing?
I'm just saying. Like I think Mahomes is just going to dominate, but I think you're going to see Joe out there fighting, and then it's just going to go away.
So this is where I think it's kind of fun. Like I think you're right. I think Burrow's going to fight. I think Burrow I heard everything. He saw everything.
Yeah.
I saw Jamar Chase. L'Jarius Sneed isn't there anymore. So there's a huge opportunity that this game becomes a shootout.
Yeah.
They go. Pacheco scores. Xavier Worthy scores. Okay, we'll match it. We're going to match it. We're going to match it. And Cincinnati says last week was a fluke. This is who we are. We're going to go, and it's going to be the Burrow Chase show.
So just like with LSU and just like the years past, if Burrow had a bad game, he was dialed in for the next game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's going to be dialed in, but just unfortunately, it's going to be against the Chiefs, and it's not going to matter.
Right. I think that. And here's the thing: it's not that Joe couldn't beat the Chiefs. He doesn't have the weapons to compare.
Right.
It's a boom or bust pick because
Jamar Chase is the guy on this one.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, anybody on the Chiefs.
Pacheco is going to be
the beast
until they show that they can't stop the run.
And I think Worthy's going to be somebody.
In the first quarter, Mahomes is going to have a touchdown, possibly 2 from throwing to them wideouts, and then Pacheco's going to take over.
I play Zach Moss too.
Oh yes, absolutely.
I mean,
Zach Moss.
I play Zach Moss too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's other matchups. I rather Joe Burrow than Patrick Mahomes in this game. I do. I like Rashee Rice in this game. I like Xavier Worthy in this game.
Yeah, because they're going to dump the ball off on the Chiefs side just to get the clock to run down.
Yep, but there are players,
and they've been doing a lot of those wide receiver jet
screens,
and all that
jet
stuff.
screens. They do. They get the ball in the speedster's hands any way possible. Like Andy Reid's a genius and when getting his players in space. And I mean that's why you play them all. I'd say this Cincinnati defense looked atrocious.
Terrible.
Play them all.
The over and under on this is 47.5. I think that it's going to be way over, and it's going to be a lot of touchdowns.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, next one. Bears Texans.
Okay, so that's easy.
Texans.
Yeah, Texans will win this game. That's not.
It's at home too.
Yeah. I don't play Caleb Williams against this Texans defense. I don't touch him.
I think the guy you play is Joe Mixon.
Yeah, you play Joe Mixon. I think Nico Collins. I think this is a game where Jalen Johnson's going to be on Nico Collins, right? And the fantasy points last week with the Texans doesn't match what was on the field. Because if you watch the game, it's still Tank Dell with the targets.
Mm-hmm.
It was Stephon Diggs. He didn't have the targets. He just had 2 touchdowns.
Right.
And that's not going to be sustainable.
It was kind of unbalanced.
Yeah. This is going to be the Tank Dell show, I think. I think this week will be the Tank Dell show. I think if Jalen Johnson is on Nico Collins, he's shut down. I think he's shut down. Mm-hmm. And so you're going to go on the other side of the field. I think people think Stephon Diggs is the number 2 because of the points last year, when in fact he's not. I still think he's number 3. I still think Tank Dell is C.J. Stroud's favorite target.
I like Nico in this one.
I like Mixon.
I do like Mixon in this one.
I like Mixon in this one.
But as far as the Bears go, which if you're having a problem in tight end, Cole Kmet would be the pickup for me and for this game because 2 receivers are out, right?
Yeah.
So DJ Moore is important for PPR purposes and targets and everything, but Cole Kmet's going to get a lot of targets.
Yeah.
Okay. I like DeAndre Swift in this. I mean, what else you got?
Yeah, nothing.
No, I mean, what else you got? You know. I mean, they got a stable back there, but when are they going to start using them?
Mm-hmm.
This to me is like this is the game where I think Tank Dell becomes Tank Dell again.
I hope so. Houston Texans play their defense. Play their defense if you have it on this one.
Yeah.
I don't know, the Bears. So it's showing Texans to win by 6.5. That's insane. I guess it's just because the Bears showed how good of a defense they have. But C.J. Stroud is a different kind of guy, man. At home.
Yeah. So what you thinking? Winners and losers there, Joe?
Oh man. 35-20-21. Texans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cole Kmet has a touchdown.
I think that's so the person I think DeAndre Swift does. Like that's what saves him. is a touchdown this week.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think because he.
I mean, if you have any other options, don't play any Bears. But
Yeah, I don't like. Well, can I say that first? Like, I don't like any of them, but the way you drafted him, you're kind of like, okay.
Yeah, that's a zero running back pick.
Running back pick right there. Yep. So, yeah, I like Texans. I like Texans by that 7. I like.
Okay.
I mean,
I like Texans too.
34-24.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those numbers. I like both those numbers.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Texans. I think take it. I think Mixon gets 2 touchdowns this week. I think Diggs gets 1. I think Tank Dell takes a couple as well.
Mixon showed last week how important he is to this offense. This week he shows that he is the cog in the offense. He is the man that everything revolves around.
Yep.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, Tony Pollard ripped him apart. Tony Pollard ripped him apart last week. So, and
You had Joe Mixon get 30 carries for 159 yards last week.
and Tony Pollard ripped them apart, and you got 3 wide receivers, and Jalen Johnson to be on one side, and after that, you got to cover Tank Dell, you got to cover Stephon Diggs, you got to cover their tight end
Dalton Schultz.
Dalton Schultz, and there's going to be so much room for Mixon. Why not?
Why not? All right. Last one, the Falcons and the Eagles on the Monday night game.
Oh man, I don't know.
I think the Eagles dominate.
So-
I think the Falcons get a little bounce back on their ability, but I still think Jalen Hurts takes the game.
And so A.J. Brown has a hurt hand.
Yeah.
So Devonta is a very important player in this. I think you have to play him if you have to. You must play Devonta Smith in this game.
And Saquon.
And Saquon could potentially have another 3 touchdowns in this game.
Yeah. I like Philadelphia. I like Hurts, even though he only rushed for 33 yards. He had a bad game last week with 2 picks.
You like Goddard in this?
I like Goddard in this. Matter of fact, I think Goddard, you might as well go ahead and put him in the starting lineup. You might as well. If you Austin Joku or you got Ferguson out and you're able to pick him up,
Dallas Goddard is, if he's on your waivers and you need a tight end, Dallas Goddard.
Go get him and keep him all year because I think it's going to be big numbers all year with the new offensive coordinator.
Bijan, of course, you got to play him because of the capital.
Because you play Saquon.
You play Drake London because he's going to get a lot of. They're going to have to throw the ball. They're going to be behind by so much. They're going to have to throw the ball. A.J.
Brown and Devontae both had over 15 PPR points last week, and it's going to be the same thing this week. I think A.J. Terrell. I mean that secondary is supposed to be good. Here's the thing: if Kirk Cousins is not under center again, and
it's
they
over.
do this same thing,
it's over.
3 and outs. Bad. They scored 10 points last year. Kyle Pitts is the only saving grace was that touchdown from Kyle Pitts. If they don't put Kirk Cousins underneath center, then this offense is not going to do anything.
If they don't put him under center, it shows that there is still an injury, and they need to put Penix in there.
They need, because he's not. We talked about it last episode. The conspiracy theory is that he's not pushing off on his back foot, so they got him in shotgun to give him time, like this, to give him time.
Yep.
Boom! It's 3-step drops out of pistol and shotgun. Not once was it play action fake underneath the center. And if you got Bijan Robinson, why are you not under center?
I have no idea.
And this guy came from the Rams, and I know he adopts that system. But that's just bad coaching.
Yeah, you got Bijan and you got a bowling ball in Algier.
Algier.
So if you're not under center, you're wasting those players.
I just was like, I watched that game and I was, yes, go Saints, because this is the most useless watching offense. And Kirk Cousins is not the quarterback to be running that pistol scheme or out of shotgun scheme. He's
a 5-step drop under center quarterback, and now he's doing 3 steps out of a
pistol or a shotgun.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I loved it. You have to play. You got to play. What's the wide receiver?
Drake London.
Jake London. You have to play.
Do not play Darnell Mooney.
Don't play Mooney. Don't touch Mooney. And I don't like Drake London, but you got to play him. Where you drafted him?
He's gonna get a bunch of targets. Pitts is gonna get a bunch. Pitts is probably the player, if not Bijan, for that team on this game.
I think for Falcons, I think you got to play Bijan, Pitts, and London.
You got to play them all. But
and then for Eagles, just pick a player.
Yeah, Devontae Smith, playing.
AJ
Brown
playing.
playing.
Saquon
Saquon playing.
I'm telling you, they're going to be
Dallas
so
Goedert
far
playing.
ahead. They're going to be so far ahead by the middle of the third quarter. Saquon is just going to run, and the backup for the Eagles is just going to run.
That's Gainwell.
Yeah, Gainwell. He's just going to run.
Yeah.
I mean, why put your players
In
in a
jeopardy to hurt.
position to be hurt when you can just put Gainwell out there for a whole quarter?
Yep. Like you did say, there's a couple injury concerns with AJ Brown with hamstring in his hand, but
They say he's going to play.
he's going to play.
He's an animal.
He's an alpha.
All right. Well, it looks like that's it for the games for the weekend. So
hopefully we gave you all some good insight.
Yeah. Don't forget to check out our merch page and keep subscribing, guys, because we're going to keep giving away all those jerseys and any kind of memorabilia we can give you.
Keep Tua in your thoughts, people.
Yep. And
Tua, man. I don't think he comes back, but I mean,
I hope he does for the game.
yeah. Once again, friends and family, thank y'all so much for help growing our page and continue to support all those guys that had comments about my Lamar Jackson take. I'm sorry, y'all are wrong.
Chad, come on.
And
now. Yeah.
and once again, look, friends and family, thank y'all so
Hey.
much. We enjoy doing this.
Chad's my guy is Lamar Jackson. My not guy is
I love Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Until next time, I'm Nick Tate,
Joe Caldero.
And the Cadillac.
and we're out.
SmashMouth Footballerz.
Hey, I'm Nick Tate with SmashMouth Footballerz.
Joe Caldero.
And I'm the Cadillac.
Hey, and today we're going to do a little giveaway. We're going to change up our game a little bit. So, you guys have you checked out our merch store yet? Hey, we've got some quality products. We got some awesome T-shirts, and they don't shrink in the washer and dryer.
Yep.
We have great tumblers, great for tailgating, casual, sitting on the couch on Sunday with your cold adult beverages.
And just to help you, just think about it as you're contemplating to buy one of our products. Once you buy it, trust me, you won't go back. But we're going to give away this Devin White Tampa Bay speed helmet signed by Devin White, and it's authenticated. To every time you purchase an item, for every $5 that you spend, we're going to put your name in a hat to get this Devin White mini speed helmet. Also, we're going to give away this Funko Pop Mandalorian, just the Boba Fett Funko Pop.
Yep. Whether you're a casual fan or a huge collector, just know that when we give these away, all of them come with a certificate of authenticity, and we'll make a great gift. If you don't want to give a great gift, just put it on the display. We're all fanboys. We're going to collect, and I'm sure y'all out there will as well.
So let's talk about giving some more away, right? So we're looking to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're currently at 372 subscribers. At 500 subscribers, we're going to give away a DeAndre Swift and David Montgomery signed jersey. That's two individuals. We're going to pick two names at 500, and each are going to one's going to get one jersey, one's going to get the other.
Right.
At 750, we're going to give away a James Cook and Kyrene Williams jersey.
Good
So
ones.
we'll have two other winners. Again, like they're saying, authenticated and signed by these athletes.
Right.
$1,000. 1,000 subscribers. We're going to give away this Tyreek Hill signed authenticated jersey and
Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua Tagovailoa. So, guys, stay tuned into us every week. We're going to give you our highlights on the games and all our waiver wire pickups. Thanks for watching our channel. Until next time,
Joe Caldero.
And I'm the Cadillac.
Nick Tate, and we're out.
SmashMouth Footballerz.